What's up everyone, it's Corey from MAWFGAMING and welcome to this Overwatch Uprising Legendary Guide. Now this is going to be for the original characters and I'm pretty sure the achievement is only for the original characters anyway. So this will get you the Distinguished Service achievement and this is no joke. Like I've seen 4 stacks of like top 500 players struggle with this, but it really just comes down to strategy. Once you know the strategy it gets pretty easy. Starting off with the first enemy, these are just the normal enemies. They got about 200 HP, they do like 25 to 75 HP damage, not too bad. And also, I'm just going to go through and give you tips through this video. So the combat tips, first one is that when Tracer blinks, as you can see, the enemies get confused and they like stop tracking anyone and shooting anyone. And also when you headshot the enemies, they stagger a little bit and stop shooting for a little bit. So that helps a little bit. If you combine those two things, you take very little aggro. So Tracer can survive for quite long without taking damage.
Yeah, it is a really nice one.
Both of those are methods. Now just this first area is going to be basically a hack. All we're doing is taking down like an anti-aircraft gun, so all you have to do is just stay in this little capture point and it will hack the gun. Now, for this area, there's a few different ways you can do it. The way I like to do it best is basically just have your Reinhardt go super aggro outside on the stairs and he just takes control of the stairwell and that's where most of the enemies spawn. Keep the Torb on the point and the Tracer just sort of like going left and right around the point and you clear this out really fast. Another way to do it is you can have the Reinhardt on the left hand side of the point. There's only 2 entrances left and right of the car park, so you can have Reinhardt just shield the left door, have Mercy stand on the point and Torb stand sort of off to the right door, and then Tracer mostly cleans up on the stairs. It's up to you which way you do it. I prefer this way. It seems to be more effective and quicker. It obviously puts the Mercy in quite a lot of danger, but if you're a good Mercy you can just fire forward and backward and you should be good. Go to your Reinhardt like this and then jump back down to your like Tracer and Torb. Make sure everyone's topped off, give the Reinhardt damage boost and he will just turn them to dust. This bit should not be difficult for you. Like if you're dying in this bit, probably not going to make it through the rest of the mission on Legendary. I also recommend you do this on normal, then hard, then expert first, just so you sort of like get an understanding of the mechanics. Once you've done it on expert, you're going to have a much higher chance of being able to finish it on Legendary because you already understand like the basic mechanics and stuff. So going on to the next bit is the second hack, which on the way there you're going to encounter a new enemy, which is an Eradicator. He has like a small shield in front of him. He has quite a lot of health and the shield has quite a lot of health, and he does quite a lot of damage with like a 3-shot gun that sort of like shoots out like Genji's right click. But you can break the shield by just shooting off the left arm like that, and when he does have the shield up, he has a crit spot on his back as well, which Tracer can just blink behind and shoot it, and when he takes enough damage to that, he also drops his shield, or Reinhardt can pin him, and he will also drop his shield. So those are like the best ways to take him down, basically drop a shield and then kill him. Tracer should have no problem, Reinhardt should have no problem killing him. Mercy and Torb will have a problem, so make sure Tracer and Reinhardt are focusing on the Eradicators. Now the second hack over here, make sure you have at least one person on it. Reinhardt should be taking care mostly of this main doorway. We have our Reinhardt ult there and he clears up that full wave almost. So that does really well. We like to have the Torb turret up here. It seems to work pretty nicely, but you can put it just straight on the point as well. It works fine as well, and then Tracer should just be cleaning up all over the place basically. But yeah, Reinhardt should be mainly on that door. Mercy should be keeping everyone topped up and damage boosting when they're all full, and she can pull out a pistol.
You'll probably get aggro up there first. So.
This section is relatively easy, but at around 80 to 90% of the hack, it gets a little bit overwhelming. So at around 80 to 90%, and sort of like 80 to 100%. You might want to use a molten core just to make sure you don't go down. If you do go down, it's totally fine. You probably have a chance to revive each other here. Just beware because at about 80%, like right about here-ish, there is a spawn of a wave usually behind you. Sometimes it's in front, sometimes it's off to the side. Usually it's behind you. And when a wave spawns in front and behind you at the same time, it can get a bit difficult to deal with. So make sure your Mercy is healing. You will have res here if someone goes down, so don't be afraid to use it. This is a fine spot to use your res. Just go behind and deal with the Eradicator and the other enemies that spawn behind before you move on to the next section, just so you don't get overwhelmed in the next section. And yeah, heal the Eradicator, take him out. All good. Easy, easy. Now, the cathedral part, basically, there's going to be a spawn of enemies from the sky just in front of the cathedral. Use a Reinhardt ult here if you want. You don't really need it, but it'll clean them up very, very quickly. And this spawn isn't always going to be here. If you take too long doing the previous area and you have someone come into this area a little bit, but then back out, they won't spawn there. They'll spawn just all around you while you're like finishing the hack. So be careful of that. Don't send anyone over to the cathedral side through that choke point whatsoever until you've finished clearing out all the enemies on your side. Hope that makes sense. Alright, once we're in the cathedral, this part is easier in my opinion than the second hack. This is the third and final hack. I just like to have the Reinhardt at the front, the Tracer off to the right, and then as Mercy I like to stay up here on the ledge. You take basically no aggro whatsoever, it's great. And Torb sets up his turret right at the back of the room, either on the box or just like sort of along the stairs, just at the back of the room, so it covers most of the room basically. He can also set it up here on the left where I'm standing. It's an okay spot, but I prefer having it at the back. And yeah, Mercy should be able to just stay up here, keep everyone healed. If people get in a lot of trouble and if no one's standing on the point, she can go just down the point and sort of heal from the back of the point. But there are 4 entrances here. Like the main front entrance splits into 2 entrances, then there's the top right staircase, and then there's also an entrance on the left. So it's 4 entrances here, so if Mercy's down here, it's a little bit more risky. But as long as Reinhardt's cleaning up the front door and Tracy's dealing with the right door, and then Torg's just cleaning up anyone that gets through, you should be all good. You probably won't need a Molten Core here, but if you need to, go right ahead. With Torb, it's basically a case of when he has Molten Core, if you are getting overwhelmed, use it. That's fine. Now, at this next section, you basically won't start this part until all 4 people rendezvous at this checkpoint, like standing by the payload. So if you want, have Torbjorn just stack a few armor packs here, and the next section will not start until everyone's on it. So have them throw out like 5 or 6. That might help you with the section if you're having trouble with the section. But we found we didn't really need it, so that's all good. As you play this, the more you play it, it's just going to get easier and easier. For us now, this section's got like stupidly easy. It's only the final room which we usually have trouble with. But with this guide, going to make the final room easy for you guys. Don't you worry, don't you worry. Alright, so this is just like a wave defense of the payload. First few waves, very, very easy. Like, easy. Torb will be able to clean up most of them with Tracer, and Reinhardt doesn't really have to shield at all in this phase. These are the new enemies they're called Slicers. They don't target you like specifically, they target the payload, and they kill the payload very quickly. So make sure as Mercy you're shooting them, make sure as Torb you're shooting them, and make sure as Reinhardt you're like swinging your hammer. Tracer shouldn't really be concentrating on the Slicers too much because she doesn't kill them too fast, and she's better off dealing with the other enemies. But if there's no one else to shoot, then sure, shoot the Slicers. As you can see with Mercy, you can just have like a constant stream of your pistol just shooting over to the left side of the Slicer spawn. You can just mow them down as they come through, which is really, really nice. And yeah, don't be afraid to pull out your pistol here. Mercy does supplement the DPS really well. Pistol does like 100 damage per second, so it is pretty decent. So make sure you're using the pistol. But do heal your team. So like, especially if your squishy characters lose health, then pull out your heal gun and start healing them. Don't keep your pistol out and keep shooting if your whole team is crit. That's dumb. New enemy, Detonator. Alright, so all you need to know about this one is basically it damages only the cart. It's there to damage the cart. Does 20% of the cart health if it explodes. But what you can do is just have Reinhardt shield it, or if Reinhardt shields down, he can just charge it away as it starts exploding. You don't need to focus on shooting this. Don't use ults on this at all. Do not use ults on this, okay? Don't even worry about shooting it unless you need ult charge. If you need ult charge, you can shoot it, sure. But either destroying it or charging it off or shielding it will be the best way to deal with it. If you want to hit it in the crit spot, once you shoot it enough, one of the armor plates will come off, and then the molten lava like underneath is the crit spot. But the most effective way by far is to just have Reinhardt shield the cart, just like this, like you're seeing right now. Make sure the shield's all the way down to the ground, covering the whole cart, and it'll shield the whole damage. If his shield's down, he can charge it away, but keep in mind if he's charging it away, he's going to take some damage. Your Reinhardt's going to take some damage, and his charge will then be on cooldown. So if the Bastion shows up, as soon as you've charged, your Reinhardt doesn't have charge to deal with the Bastion, which is going to be a problem. So shield the cart. It's the best way to do it by far. And that is Reinhardt's job, to make sure the detonators do not hurt the car. Now, this is the next enemy. It's going to be a Bastion Sentry. What you need to know about these enemies is, in this section, they only have 2 spots where they can go into Sentry mode. Everywhere else, they'll only be in Recon mode and shooting like this and doing basically no damage. So make sure your Reinhardt charges every single Bastion that spawns, and your Tracer should be using her ult on these Bastions, and your Reinhardt should be using his ult on these Bastions. Try not to use more than 1 ult at a time. 1 ult should be enough to deal with 1 Bastion, but if you do use 2, that's totally fine. And around here, you might encounter some problems. If someone does go down, try safe revive them by holding R. If you can't do that, feel free to use a mercy res here. That's totally fine. And if you do start getting overwhelmed, Torb should use his molten core here. He gets it up so fast that it's actually ridiculous. Alright, so next bastion will spawn around here at about 120, and then you want to have Reinhardt and Tracer use their ults on him and have Reinhardt pin him again, and then just keep damaging him. If Reinhardt's shield's up and he's just aggroing onto the shield, feel free to shoot at him as Mercy, because Mercy also does a decent amount of damage. But as long as Reinhardt pins him and then tries to damage him as much as he can before he gets back to position, if Reinhardt shields again after that, he should keep shooting the shield for a while before he switches to any other enemies. So while he's shooting the shield, just take him out. Should be no problem whatsoever. So keep in mind here, when the next detonator spawns, don't worry about the detonator. That is Reinhardt's job. Everyone else should be cleaning out all the other enemies. Reinhardt will shield the detonator, and you're all good. As you can see, our payload's still 94%. New bastion spawn. Keep in mind they spawn left or right, so keep your eyes out. It could be either side. And here you can see our Reinhardt's getting quite low, so I decided to pull out my pistol and finish off the bastion because he's just shooting the shield, right? So he's not going to damage me. He will turn around and shoot me after a certain amount of time of shooting the shield, but in that situation I was completely safe. I could finish off the bastion. Everyone should be focusing on the bastion. When there's a bastion on the playing field, don't worry about anything else. If there's a detonator as well, kill the bastion first. Then go back and worry about the detonator. As you can see here, Reinhardt is shielding the detonator. He already charged the bastion, and that's it. That payload part is complete. We're all good. We did it with 92%. Now keep in mind when the countdown actually ends, everything dies. So if you're right at the end and people are dying, like 3 of your teammates are dead, you're the last alive, just go hide. And everything will die, and then you can come out and revive everyone. If you need to use res in that spot, use your res. Use your res like as much as you want. Just keep using it, right? You can single res people, it's fine. It's totally fine. Right. If it's not a safe spot to hold R on someone and manually revive them, use your res. Next section, we're going to have a new enemy, which is just a bastion in tank mode. He does a lot of damage, so be careful. He actually one-shots Tracer, so Tracer's not going to like this part. She has to be very, very careful. Even a really good Tracer will struggle with this because he will lock onto you and just one-shot you. So if Tracer goes down, it's totally fine. Keep dealing with enemies. If you want to res, you can res. You can kill the bastion first and manually revive. I like to have Mercy focus on the back of the cart in this section because some like slices and some like normal enemies will spawn behind, and she can just deal with that and everyone can focus on the front. Then at this section, a detonator spawns behind. Make sure Reinhardt just shields it as normal, or you can charge it away. Doesn't matter either way. You're all good. And then a focus on pushing the cart again, killing off the enemies behind, killing off the enemies in front. And you should be pretty much good. This section isn't too hard. It shouldn't be as difficult as the payload defense was, but the main difficulty here are the tank bastions. So make sure you're killing the tank bastions as quickly as they come out. Make sure Tracer's ulting them. If Reinhardt has ult, use ult. And if Torbjorn has ult, he shouldn't be ulting until this last section. So like sort of the last turn, that should be where he's using Molten Core. In this section, you can see how Reinhardt goes down. I just use res straight away. No question about it. I know I cannot revive him there because there is a tank bastion up. And if I go to manually revive, I will die. If someone else goes to manually revive, and even if I keep the heal on them, they will die. So just use your res. It's totally fine. And yeah, when you come around this corner, if that tank bastion is still up, and there'll be another tank bastion spawning as well, and you have like an eradicator up or something else, this is where you'd want to use Molten Core because it will get a little hairy. As you can see here, I do not have res yet, but we safely res him. Just if you don't have res up, just have Reinhardt shield the person that's down, and then have another teammate go and hold R to manually revive them. It can be your Tracer or it can be your Torb. I like to have Torb resing usually. Torb should be on res duty because he has more health than Tracer, and Mercy shouldn't be resing because Mercy has her actual revive as well as her resurrect as her ultimate, which she can use and she can build, and she can also heal the person that's resurrecting, so that also helps him survive if the shield goes down or something like that. Also, it was possible to skip this area, but that has been patched now. This is a current guide that has been patched. It's very easy to skip it, but you ended up with a lower score overall, so wasn't that great. This part, the streets phase, isn't that hard overall anyway. The hardest part is coming up now, which is the power station. Alright, so this is where it gets a bit difficult. If you look at the bottom of the screen, I'm going to point out the main targets which we're focusing on. I'm also going to explain what we're doing. And this is our new enemy, which is just basically, it's an Orisa, same as in multiplayer, but she doesn't use Fortify whatsoever. She uses everything else. She'll use shields to keep herself alive, she'll use her primary damage, and she'll use the little like mini graviton thing. So make sure you kill that Orisa off. Headshots do a lot of damage to her, so make sure Mercy is using her pistol to headshot her. Make sure Torb is headshotting her, and Reinhardt should just be shielding up. Tracer's on clean up duty this whole game, yeah? On this whole bit, Tracer should be cleaning up everything. But as soon as you kill off that Orisa, there will, like a few seconds later, there will be a tank spawn. I think it's at about 450 remaining on the time. There will be a tank spawn behind you. Or in front. Sometimes it's in front. These tanks will come and they'll come towards you. So make sure you bait it out, kill it, and then come over to this right side and start dealing with the sentry. Mercy and Torb should be the main damage here. If Tracer wants to go on cleanup duty, that's totally fine. Ryan should be shielding. When his shield goes down, charge it, and he should be dead. So that is 1 sentry down. Now there are 4 sentries in this area, about 4 tanks and 4 Orisas. So there's like 12 main enemies in total. The next sentry, I start shooting from the back left over here. Torb should be shooting it as well. This was like one of our first attempts, so Torb wasn't really shooting as much. He was more just cleaning up on the other enemies, and then you start shooting him around here. Make sure you're still healing, even though you're shooting. Bastion will self-heal if you stop shooting him for long enough, but the window is quite long, so you can like stop shooting him for about, I don't know, about 2 seconds, and that should be totally fine if you want to just top someone up on the health and then go back to shooting. So Mercy and Torb should be mainly the ones killing this sentry turret up here, the sentry bastion, and Tracer should be cleaning up. Reinhardt should be shielding. That's all you need to do. Keep the turret up here as well. It will help with damage on the smaller enemies. Once the sentry bastion is down, good to go. That is 5 primary targets already. 4 primary targets already done, and you're onto your 5th one. Now, 5th target is going to be the Orisa over here. Oh no, sorry, it's going to be the tank bastion. He will come again from in the front or from behind, and just use all your ults here. If you need to use ults, use them. You want to res? It's fine, okay? You want to use your molten core to help clear out the wave? Use it. You want to use your you should be using your pulse bomb always on the tank bastions, and if Reinhardt has his Earth Shatter, use Earth Shatter on the tank bastion as well. Orisas, you don't really need to ult, not really that much of a problem. So just take out the Orisa, and then you'll be good to go onto your next target, which is the next sentry bastion. So you've killed 2 sentry bastions here, you've killed 2 tank bastions, and you've killed 2 Orisas, so you're pretty much halfway through.
If he jumps down,
good to go. Now, the Eradicators will keep spawning, so be aware of that. Tracer should be dealing with them as Torb and Mercy are up the back here and dealing with the next sentry bastion, which is back right off the room. Oh, sorry, but the tank bastion will also spawn, okay? So if the tank bastion spawns, go always, whenever a tank bastion spawns, he is top priority. You have to go back and kill that tank bastion. If you bait him further back into the map, it'll be easier to kill him because there will be less of the other enemies. So just walk back, or charge back, or fly back, or blink back. Just get to the back of the map, kill off the tank bastion, bait him out there, kill him off, and then come back to what you were doing. So we're going to kill off the sentry after killing that tank bastion. It's at the back right. I don't know if you can really there you can see it. Just shoot it with Torb, shoot it with Mercy. He will die pretty quickly. Reinhardt can shield. Tracer should be cleaning up as usual. And he should go down. There he is. He's dead. And then the last sentry bastion, the 4th one, will be back left over here. So same thing. Reinhardt shields up. Torbjorn and Mercy long range shoot. So keep in mind Mercy's pistol and Torbjorn's left click don't have damage fall off, I believe. So you can just shoot from as long range as you want. Just keep shooting and you will die. And yeah, once you've done with that, all you have left is 1 more tank and the 2 Orisas. Now at this point you can start like dealing a little bit of damage to the Orisas, but the tank will spawn, so keep that in mind. When the tank spawns, top priority, come out, like pull yourself out of that area and go back to where there's less enemies, kill the tank bastion off, yeah? When the tank bastion is dead, where is he? There he is. Alright, so wait for him. They will come to you, right? Okay, so you can just like bait them out, kill them, use trace ults, use everything. Kill it off, and then all you have left are the Orisas. At this point, we had 40 seconds.
40 seconds,
so
we gotta go.
If you have more than 40 seconds, if you have less than 40 seconds, might be bad. But if you have about 30 seconds, should be enough. Just lay into the Orisas. Use your ults, use everything. Focus 1 target first, so she's dead. When 1 target's dead, everyone focus on the other one. You need to use res, use it. Just kill her off. Use Molten Core, use your bomb, use everything. Go for the headshots. If Reinhardt can charge her into this room,
one hit.
Very helpful because it draws her away from all the other fire. So you can just focus on her. And she's dead. And that's it. That is all there is to it. You just take out the targets very, very methodically, and it just makes it see me spinning like crazy.
My heart is fucking
makes it very, very easy. But there is another way to do it. Okay, so with the last section, you can not kill the first Orisa. If you don't kill the first Orisa, the next Orisas will not spawn. So as you can see, the Orisas don't do too much damage, but when there's like 2 of them still on the main point, they do quite a lot of damage to you, right? So if you don't kill the first Orisa, you can go around, kill all the sentry bastions, kill all the tank bastions, and then you can come back and kill the first Orisa, kill the second Orisa, kill the third Orisa, kill the fourth Orisa. Because that first Orisa doesn't do that much damage, she'll be shooting it in the back, but it won't be too bad. And you can like kill the other bastions quite quickly because the other Orisas haven't spawned, so you're not taking as much damage to the shield, you're not taking as much damage in general, you can kill off the sentries faster, and you'll end up with a slightly better time. So if you're having trouble with it, you can try that. And your reward is of course going to be this spray, which is probably like the most rare spray in all of Overwatch right now. So if you're an Orisa main, you're probably going to love that. But yeah, that's it for this guy. I hope it helped you guys, and until next time, happy gaming.